With just 5 places left in the grand final, time is running out for our remaining contenders, and the quiz gods are piling on the pressure.
The strongest women contender. You know exactly what you've got to achieve.
He's the guy I think is going to win tonight.
Last week, another nail-biting do-or-die couldn't have been closer.
It's all down to this final question.
Stella McCartney designed the dress for which pop...
Madonna.
That is correct.
Family man David booked his place in the grand final. And Lucy left the competition for good. Tonight, 2 new players prepare themselves for battle. But only one contender will take a step closer to that life-changing cash prize.
Don't write me off, I can win this.
This is no ordinary game.
Oh.
This is the People's Quiz 2007.
Good evening and welcome to the People's Quiz 2007. Now, make no mistake, this is no ordinary quiz. We've scoured the UK and seen thousands of players. We've travelled more miles than Jeremy Clarkson and posed more questions than Jeremy Paxman. We're looking for the nation's #1 brain box, and they will pocket, and they'll need a big pocket, £200,700. So 8 players then return from last week's show. 2 new players join the fray, but only one of these people will go forward to the grand final on the 23rd of June and get a chance to win that money. Another will be thrown out and will have to leave the competition for good. Let's meet tonight's contenders. 35-year-old Julia Hobbs from Reading. From Caerphilly, full-time mum Hayley Walters. 38-year-old Dave Enright from Horton Regis, Bedfordshire. 37-year-old Anto McCann from Belfast. From Devon, 49-year-old Barbara Lucioni. Stephanie Bruce, a chemist from Haverhill. Social Services Manager Martin Sadler from Stockport. Will Cudmore, a university student from Oxford. 52-year-old Diane Halligan from Leeds. And finally, from Troon, veterinary student David Craig. Now, to make the cut, our winning contender will have to face a panel of great minds and big personalities. If knowledge is power, these 3 are the national grid. Will you please welcome our very own quiz gods? Quiz show legend, William G. Stewart. First Lady of Current Affairs, journalist and broadcaster, Kate Garraway. And Queen of Popular Culture and classically trained musician, Mylene Klaas. Now, our contenders will need to have quick minds and quick reactions, because in our first round, only the strong will survive. We are starting with all 10 of you, but only 4 will make it through the next round. Here's how it works. There'll be 2 minutes of quick-fire questions. You all start in the green zone. Get a question right, you stay in the green, and you choose who will face the next question. But get a question wrong, you're in the red, you're out of the game, and play passes to the contender on your left. Stay in the green, and you stay in the game. Now, we have 2 Daves playing tonight, so to avoid any confusion, I'd like you to use their surnames. Enright and Craig. Over to you, Mylene.
OK, well, the computer has randomly selected Martin to begin with. There are 2 minutes on the clock. William will ask you your first question. Your time starts now.
In the recent film Dreamgirls, who plays the soul singer Dina Jones?
Pass.
Beyonce Knowles, you're in the red, and play passes to Will.
Will, globe and Jerusalem are both types of what vegetable?
Artichoke.
Correct. Pass to?
Anto.
Anto, last year the hit single Patience launched the revival of which 90s boy band?
Take that.
Correct. Pass to?
Diane.
Diane, which city is the capital of Serbia?
Pristina.
Belgrade, you're in the red, and play passes to Craig.
Craig, in his 2006 book, which hypnotist claims he can make you thin?
Paul McKenna.
Correct. Pass to?
Enright.
Enright, who was the first woman to hold the post of UK Foreign Secretary? The answer is Margaret Beckett. You're in the red. Play passes to Anto.
Anto, in 2004, Alex Curran became engaged to which England football player?
Stephen Gerrard.
Correct. Pass to?
Steph.
Stephanie, what is 27% of 1,000?
270.
Correct. Pass to?
Will.
Will, to which organ of the body does the word ophthalmic refer?
The eyes.
Correct. Pass to?
Julia.
Julia, which US grunge band released the hit album Nevermind?
Nirvana.
Correct. Pass to?
Will.
Will, what was Lord Nelson's flagship at the Battle of Trafalgar?
HMS Victory.
Correct. Pass to?
Barbara.
Barbara, I told you I was ill in Gaelic is on which comedian's tombstone?
Spike Milligan.
Correct. Pass to?
Craig.
Craig, merino is a variety of which textile?
Wool.
Correct. Pass to?
Haley.
Haley, Bel Air is a district in which Californian city?
Sacramento.
No, Los Angeles. You're in the red. Play passes to Anto.
Anto, a daguerreotype was an early form of what?
Dinosaur.
No, a photograph. You're in the red. Play passes to Barbara.
Barbara, you must answer this question correctly to stay in the green zone. A Wendy house is named after a character in which J.M. Barrie play?
Peter Pan.
Correct. And you stay in the green.
Well done, Barbara. So, staying in the green, we have Julia, Barbara, Stephanie, Will, and David Craig. Now, there is one more question then for that vital place in the next round. Buzz first, get this right, and you're through. Mylene.
The song La Vie en Rose was co-written and first performed. Barbara.
Edith Piaf.
I'll complete the question. The song La Vie en Rose was co-written and first performed by which French singer? You answered Edith Piaf. Correct.
Well done, Barbara. Second time through. Last time we spoke, you said you're absolutely terrified.
Yes.
How are the nerves bearing up tonight?
Just as badly.
Really?
Yes.
You don't get any more confident as you go on?
No.
Well, listen, come and join us.
Thank you.
William, we've got two new players today, Anto and Martin. How do you rate their chances tonight?
He says he's not a genuine contender, but here for the laughs. Well, Anto, let's see how funny you find the next few minutes. Martin, you've got no quiz history at all, and you say you're not fazed by what you call hardcore quizzes, but you think it's all down to luck. Well, I suggest you have a look at who's got through to the final already and see if that was luck.
Now, Mylene, who do you think is going to go through tonight?
For me, it's a choice between two. I think Anto's probably got the luck of the Irish behind him. He's got the support. Also, I think that David Craig, in the last two shows, he's only got one question wrong. I'm pretty impressed. Just getting quicker with the buzzer, and I think he'll go all the way.
Kate, who do you think is going to go out tonight?
I think Will Cudmore's got to go tonight.
No.
He said he's a big guy and he had great ammunition, it's seen, Oxford University, on the quiz team. But so far on this show, he's been firing blanks, and it's time. Game over. It's game over tonight.
Well, we've heard from our quiz gods, but will our contenders prove them right or wrong? There's a lot to prove. Here's your chance. It's a fresh start. You're all back in the green zone. You're all back in the game. So, to join Barbara, all you need to do is keep answering all the questions correctly. William.
We finished with Barbara, so we start with Stephanie. Stephanie, Kate will ask you the first question, and we start now.
Stephanie, in martial arts terminology, the word ninja originated in which language?
Japanese.
Correct. Pass to?
Craig.
Craig, pop singer Alicia Moore is better known by which stage name?
Alicia Keys.
No, Pink, you're in the red. Play passes to Julia.
Julia, in athletics, PB is an abbreviation for what?
Personal best.
Correct. Pass to?
Martin.
Martin, the Royal Shakespeare Company is based in which Warwickshire town?
Stratford-on-Avon.
Correct. Pass two.
Diane.
Diane, which number features in the title of a recent hit film starring Jim Carrey? Sorry, you're out of time. The answer is 23. Play passes to Julia.
Julia, of which country did Georges Pompidou become president in 1969?
France.
Correct. Pass two.
Steph.
Stephanie, what name is given to the green pigment that plants use to process sunlight?
Chlorophyll.
Correct. Pass two.
Hayley.
Hayley, actress Charlize Theron was born in which country?
South Africa.
Correct. Pass two.
Enright.
Enright, which male vocalist hit the UK charts this year with What Goes Around Comes Around?
James Morrison.
No, Justin Timberlake. You're in the red. Play passes to Anto.
Anto, what name is given to the mainly Dutch-speaking region in northernmost Belgium? You're out of time, I'm afraid. It was Flanders. You're in the red, and play passes to Stephanie.
Stephanie, James Nesbitt plays policeman Tommy Murphy in which TV drama series?
Murphy's Law.
Correct. Pass two.
Will.
Will, Salop is a traditional name for which English county?
Shropshire.
Correct. Pass two.
Julia.
Julia, which racing driver nicknamed the Flying Scot was knighted in 2001?
David Coulthard.
No, Sir Jackie Stewart. You're in the red, and play passes to Hayley.
Hayley, Hunter's stew or bigosh is a national dish of which country in Eastern Europe? Germany. I'm sorry, Germany is the incorrect answer. It's Poland. You're in the red.
OK, well, this will be interesting. Only 3 of you then remain in the green. Stephanie, Martin and Will. Here's one more question then to make it through to the next round and stay in the running for the grand final. William.
What name is given to the Bibles purchased by a Christian organisation and placed in... Will?
The Gideon Bible.
I must complete the question. What name is given to the Bibles purchased by a Christian organisation and placed in hotel rooms? You said Gideon. The answer is correct.
Well done, Will. It's getting easier, this competition, as it goes along.
No, but I'm just saying famous last words, Kate Galway.
How do you feel about Kate's comments?
Well, I'm looking forward to proving her wrong.
Will, come and join us. Everyone else then, you're back to square one, you're back in the running. Still 2 places available, but who will get them? Kate.
Well, we paused on Hayley, so we start this round with David Enright. Miley will ask your first question, and your time starts now.
Enright, which TV fashion presenter was born Sarah Jane Woodall?
Sorry, I don't know.
Trini Woodall, you're in the red. Play passes to Anto.
Anto, which woman was re-elected as Senator for New York State in November of last year?
Hillary Clinton.
Correct. Pass two.
Diane.
Diane, Norma Bates says a boy's best friend is his mother. In which 1960 horror movie?
Psycho.
Correct. Pass two.
Julia.
Julia, at which English university was Prince Charles educated?
Cambridge.
Correct. Pass two.
Martin.
Martin, in 2005, which reality TV star opened a beauty salon called Uglies? You're out of time. It's Jane Goody. You're in the red. Play passes to Diane.
Diane, which unit used for measuring force is named after a 17th century English scientist?
Newton.
Correct. Pass two.
Craig.
Craig, which fish is traditionally an ingredient of a Caesar salad?
Anchovy.
Correct. Pass two.
Hayley.
Hayley, which band had a #1 last year with Stargirl?
Arctic Monkeys.
McFly, you're in the red, and play passes to Anto.
Anto, in Mexico, which decorated container filled with sweets is beaten open by a blindfolded person?
Don't know.
It's Pinata. You're in the red, and play passes to Stephanie.
Stephanie, which small sultanate is situated in the northeast of the island of Borneo?
Brunei.
Correct. Pass two.
Craig.
Craig, which female vocalist sang the theme song from the Bond film Tomorrow Never Dies?
Madonna.
Sheryl Crow, you're in the red, and play passes to Julia.
Julia, I must complete the question. You must answer correctly to stay in the green zone.
The warthog is a wild pig indigenous to which continent?
Africa.
Correct.
Well done, Julia. So in the green, we have another 3-way. Julia, Stephanie and Diane. You have one more question then to make it through to the next round and on to Brain Chain. Kate?
Which Polish composer's piano Diane.
Chopin.
I'll complete the question. Which Polish composer's piano works are used for the ballet Les Sylphides? You answered Chopin. That's correct.
Well done, Diane. Third time through to Brain Chain. Third time lucky today?
I do hope so.
Diane, come and join us. Everyone else, it's a brand new game. You're all back in the green zone, but you cannot afford to lose this one. This really is your last chance to get through. Miley.
OK, we last paused on Julia, which means we'll be starting with Hayley. Your first question will come from William. Your time starts now.
With which fruit is banoffee pie traditionally made?
Bananas.
Correct. Pass to?
Craig.
Craig, which Berkshire racecourse traditionally holds a royal meeting every June?
Ascot.
Correct. Pass to?
Enright.
Enright, which charity is commonly referred to by the abbreviation VSO?
Voluntary Services Overseas.
Correct. Pass to?
Martin.
Martin, in which European country is the city of Seville?
Spain.
Correct. Pass to?
Craig.
Craig, how is 3764 Elvis Presley Boulevard in Memphis better known?
Graceland.
Correct. Pass to?
Julia.
Julia, in the 2007 film Mr. Bean's Holiday, to which country does Mr. Bean win a holiday?
America.
Note France, you're in the red to play passes to Hayley.
Hayley, in computer terminology, what does the abbreviation BCC stand for? You're out of time and in the red. It's blind carbon copy, and play passes to Enright.
Enright, which spirit is a base for a Tom Collins cocktail?
Gin.
Correct. Pass to?
Stephanie.
Stephanie, in which arcade game would you find ghosts called Inky, Pinky, Blinky and Clyde?
Pac-Man.
Correct. Pass to?
Craig.
Craig, television, which casualty actor plays Gaz in 2 pints of lager and a packet of crisps?
Will Mellor.
Correct. Pass to?
Anto.
Anto, into which inland sea does the Danube River empty?
Mediterranean.
No, Black Sea, you're in the red, and play passes to Stephanie.
Stephanie, how many movie sequels were made to the 1975... I'll continue with the question, but you must get this right to stay in the green zone and in the game. How many movie sequels were made to the 1975 classic Jaws?
3.
Just in time. 3 is the correct answer.
Wow.
Well done, Stephanie. So, staying then in the green zone, we have David Enright, Stephanie, Martin and David Craig. OK, we have then one more question for that crucial place in the next round. Buzz first, get this right, and you're through. For that final place then in Brain Chain. Miley.
An encephalogram is an X-ray... Stephanie.
The brain.
I'll complete the question. An encephalogram is an X-ray picture of which organ in the body? You said brain. You are correct.
Well done, Stephanie. Now listen, you're no stranger to this set of chairs over here, are you?
No.
Do you think you can go through this time?
I really don't know anymore. I honestly don't know. I hope so.
Fourth time lucky. Come and join us. As for our 6 runners-up, well, I'm afraid that you've missed the cut, you missed the next round. Nothing for you to do except sit back and watch, but don't relax too much, because one of you could be called back to face tonight's Do or Die. Now, all 4 of you stand within touching distance of being tonight's champion and appearing in the grand final. How you proceed depends on how you perform in the Brain Chain. Barbara, Will, Diane and Stephanie, you'll each have 90 seconds to answer as many questions as you can. Every correct answer will build a chain. Get a question wrong and the chain collapses and you go back to 0. To stop that happening, you must say save before the next question. The player with the longest chain of correct answers will be the winner, and they'll go through to tonight's Do or Die. We'll be starting in reverse order of qualifying. Stephanie, you were the last player through, and so you must build the first chain and set the bar.
I may be blonde, but don't write me off. I can win this.
Last week I did what I thought would be the difficult task, which was getting myself into the brain chain first. I went for the glory and it didn't pay off for me.
Helen Clark was elected Prime Minister of which country in 1999?
Canada.
No, New Zealand.
Oh, no! My confidence has taken a slight knock because I nearly got there again but failed. It's just not meant to be, is it? I don't know what to say. When I look at Winners' Row and I see 3 men, it makes me so determined that I need to break it up. I need to get a woman in there. I'm doing this for the girls, and if I go out, I will die of shame. I really will.
Just remind me about something. Seth, this is 4th time in Brain Chain. Yeah. Always a bridesmaid, never the bride?
Always, yes.
Do you think you can do it tonight?
I'm going to give it my best try. I'm really going to try very hard.
William, what do you make of Stephanie?
Over the last number of shows we've done, she has answered more questions correctly than I think anyone else. Now, listen to me. Concentrate. This is the part of the game you have not played well in the past.
I don't agree with him. I think she's concentrating too hard. I think she's putting herself under incredible pressure.
No.
I think you've stopped believing you can do this. It's because we all keep saying
No,
you're our
it's not.
best option as a woman. Maybe just relax a bit. Relax, believe me you can do it, and just go for it.
When you get to 7, save. Because I can tell you, looking at the other 3, I don't think any of them will beat that.
Look at me. Don't let me down. Here's your brain chain.
Thank you.
Stephanie, you have 90 seconds. You know that the higher the chain you can achieve, the more chance of being in the final. Kate will ask you your first question, and the time starts now.
Which Parisian landmark was the tallest man-made structure?
Eiffel Tower.
Correct.
In the US, which item of plumbing is called a faucet?
Tap.
Correct.
Who rose to international fame as Legolas in the Lord of the Rings trilogy?
Orlando Bloom.
Correct.
The Bodleian Library is the main research library of which university?
Oxford.
Correct.
Duncan James and Simon Webb were members of which UK boy band?
Blue, safe.
Correct.
In which month are American presidential elections held?
November.
Correct.
Which former England football manager became the England's team assistant coach in 2006?
Terry Venables.
Correct.
What is the official language of Morocco?
Arabic.
Correct.
In the Hollywood film Godzilla, to which US city did the title character travel?
Los Angeles.
New York.
Which northern comedian went on a tour entitled Mum Wants a Bungalow?
Peter
in
Kay.
Correct.
Which musical features the song There's No Business Like Show Business?
Hello, Dolly.
Annie, get your gun.
The DJ Edith Bowman hosts a show on which radio station?
Radio 1.
Correct.
Which Scottish politician was the only Respect Party candidate to win
George
a seat?
Galloway.
Correct.
What is the surname of Louisa M. Alcott's Little Women?
Oh. No.
March.
Which 1970s disco diva had a UK hit with Never Can Say Goodbye?
Oh, no.
Gloria Gaynor.
Which relation to you is your sister's son?
Nephew.
Correct.
Shaking, I believe.
You are shaking.
I felt so much more nervous that time than any other time. I'm shaking.
But listen, 5's been a winning score in the past.
I don't think it's going to be enough tonight. But we shall see.
Another round of applause then for Stephanie. Well done, Stephanie. I think it's going to be an interesting game. So, Stephanie then has set the standard. Time for our next contender to step up to the plate. Together, they're an awesome combination. It's Poe and Diane Halligan.
Diane Halligan is a serious quizzer with a serious pedigree.
In my quizzing career, I won £250,000 on one show, £1,400 a car, and several other prizes.
But last week, despite answering 8 questions in a row, Diane lost her bottle along the way and saved on 5.
Forrest Gump.
Correct.
Safe.
You happy with that?
It's fair, but it'll be beaten, I think.
And sure enough, it was, by last week's winner, David Buckle.
I was really hoping to be through by now. I'm going to have to try and go for it a bit more. I do feel quite a lot of pressure now. We're getting closer to the end. I really need to book my place in the final because time is running out.
Now, Diane, last week you answered 8 questions correctly in a row. If you'd have saved that, you'd have won.
Yeah.
I think you need to be a little bit more aggressive.
Could be, yeah.
Or the polar bear gets it. What's it to be?
I'll try. I'll be more aggressive.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Let's find out what our panel thinks.
Diane, if Stephanie had done as I asked her to do, she'd be there with a good chance. Now you do it.
William, you can't keep putting this pressure on everyone that comes up. You keep saying they're the one that's going through.
If they listened to my advice, they'd get through. Stephanie would have done.
What's your advice? Concentrate.
Concentrate and stop at 7.
They're concentrating so hard, they're
nearly fainting. They're nearly fainting. I say just relax.
Well, good luck. It's time for your brain check.
Your first question will come from Mylene, and your time starts now.
Who was the original host on TV's Have I Got News for You?
Angus Dayton.
Correct.
Which British city hosted the Commonwealth Games in 2002?
Manchester.
Correct.
Which group had a UK #1 with Come On Eileen?
Dex's Midnight Runners.
Correct.
The CN Tower can be found in which Canadian
Toronto.
city? Correct.
The character Huggy Bear helped solve crimes in which 1970s television cop show?
What the hell are they called? Starsky and Hutch.
Correct.
Which ancient British tribe was ruled by Queen
The
Boudica?
Iceni.
Correct.
At the 1996 Olympics, which US track athlete won both the 200 metres and 400 metres?
Carl Lewis.
No, Michael Johnson.
Which Shakespeare play begins with the line, when shall we three meet
Macbeth.
again? Correct.
In the UK tax system, which tax is paid on the profits made from the sale of an asset?
Capital gains.
Correct.
In which TV cartoon are the characters Squidward, Tentacles and Mr Krabs found?
SpongeBob SquarePants.
Correct.
With which Oasis song did Mike Flowers' Pops have a UK top 10 hit?
Don't know.
Wonderwall.
The title of Johnny Cash's 1975 autobiography was Man in What?
Black.
Correct.
At the start of a snooker game, how many Red Balls are there on a table?
15.
Correct.
The holiday resort of Hammamet is in which North African country?
Tunisia.
Correct.
What was the code name for the Allied invasion of Normandy in June 1944? You're out of time. The answer was Operation Overlord.
Forgot to save. I forgot to save at 6.
I'm feeling a bit guilty because I said be brave.
No.
Wasn't my fault, was
It
it?
was stupidity. It wasn't your fault at all, it was me.
What happened then? Did you know where you were?
No.
Did you know where you were? What
No.
school you were on?
No. Absolutely not. Completely lost it.
Sorry, Poe. Take Mum home.
Thank you.
Good idea. So, halfway through then, Stephanie is currently ahead, but will our third contender go one better? He's a favourite of William, but let's not hold that against him. It's Will Cudmore.
People have got an image about certain people who go to Oxford. I had a pretty strong start, but my performance over the last few weeks has been quite pathetic, to say the least. 60.
No, 45. You're in the red. You're in the red. You're in the red.
I've decided that I need more practice, so I've enlisted the help of my friend Kate Morris. She's been whipping me into shape.
In 1642, Abel Tasman discovered Tasmania.
Faster, Will, that's not good enough, come on.
I should know that. William G's sort of added some pressure by saying that he'd be really disappointed if I didn't get into the final.
I discovered this boy at Oxford University, and he's the guy I think is going to win.
I think due to my poor performance over the past few weeks, people are starting to write me off, and I'm going to have to do my very best to go through this week.
Now, Will, last time you were on Brain Chain, you only got 2. It's not hardly Oxford pedigree, is it?
No, it's not. So it's lucky I'm not playing for Oxford. I've said all along that I'm playing for myself, and I'm telling you now that the best I can do is just do my best.
I understand that there is someone else from the university quiz team in the audience. Where's Kate?
Yeah, that's my boss, Kate Morris there. She picks the team, didn't pick me.
Well, we can see why, can't we? Kate, have you changed your mind about Will? Will he get back in?
I think he needs to pick up and get some more questions right, but
Thanks, Kate.
there's a place for you if you do well.
Mylene, how well do you think Will's going to do?
I'm glad you came to me first, because I thought this is where William turns around and says, you're the third person who can get through tonight. But you're the youngest player that we have here, so I just wish you the best of luck.
Will.
You're the third person who can do this, yeah?
No, both these two ladies were good, but they weren't concentrating on the score. Stop at 6.
Well, Will, I know you think I've been quite tough on you, but tonight there's fire in your belly and you could do it now. You're no longer firing blanks, you're right on target.
It's very kind of you.
It's strangely erotic, isn't it?
Yes, strangely, yes.
Now, 5 then is the chain to beat. Good luck.
Thank you.
Here's your brain chain.
OK, Will, you've seen how the others have fared. William will ask you your first question. Your time starts now.
The stage show We Will Rock You is based on the songs of which
Queen.
band? Correct.
Which film is a sequel to Meet the Parents?
Meet the Fockers.
Correct.
What is the name of the tiny dots that make up images on a computer screen or a digital photo?
Pixels.
Correct.
Which actor made his debut as James Bond in the 2006 film Casino Royale?
Daniel Craig.
Correct.
O'Hare International Airport serves which US city?
Chicago.
Correct.
With which sport is Alex Stewart most closely associated?
Cricket.
Correct.
Save.
In which ocean do the Cape Verde Islands lie?
Atlantic.
Correct.
Produced in Hungary, what type of drink is bull's blood?
Red wine.
Correct.
The 90s TV series This Life was set in which city?
Manchester.
No, London.
With which musical instrument was Arthur Rubinstein particularly associated?
Pass.
Piano.
In the Beano comic, what was the name of Dennis the Menace's pet pig?
Rasher.
Correct.
Used to indicate the masses, the phrase hoi polloi comes from which language?
Greek.
Correct.
What's the name of the actor Jake Gyllenhaal's elder sister?
Maggie Gyllenhaal.
Correct.
Jarvis Cocker is the front man of
Hulk.
which? Incorrect.
Along with the Senate, which other body makes up the United States
The
Congress?
House of Representatives.
Correct.
In which European country are La Stampa and La Repubblica leading newspapers?
Spain.
Italy.
Which actress played the female lead in the 1996 film romance One Fine Day?
Pass.
Michelle Pfeiffer.
Which Polish astronomer first asserted that the planets
Copernicus.
in our solar system...
Copernicus.
Correct.
Who played the character Kathy Gale in the 1960s TV series The Avengers? You're out of time. The answer was Honor Blackman.
Yes. Good.
Thank you.
Was it? I can't work out. I'm looking into your eyes trying to work out whether you're happy or you're
Could
not
have
so
done
happy.
better. Could have done better. I think I got 8 or 9, maybe.
Yeah, you got 8. You got 8 in a row. If you were prepared to be brave.
Well, I wasn't.
When you say that, I think you could have been very, very wise. The big question is it enough to beat Barbara?
Probably not, but I've given it my best go, so...
Good boy. He's proud. Look, he's getting
Good
all
boy.
paternal.
Big William's happy.
You made an old man very happy. Go on, off you go. So this is going to be really, really close. 3 players then have completed their brain chain. Will has built the longest chain, and his is the target to beat. Only one person can win a place in tonight's final showdown. Will it be our 4th and final contender? If she wins, she's going to pay for her daughter's wedding. But will she get a good reception from our quiz gods? It's Barbara Lucioni.
My name's Barbara Lucioni and I work for the planning and logistics department of an airline. My greatest achievement in life is my 3 kids.
I probably would describe my mum as a super mum.
However, Barbara was far from super when it came to competing in her first studio show.
Last week's show, it was a nightmare. I was a gibbering heap. I don't know. This week, I'm really going to try and combat my nerves. I really want to stay on in this. I really, really want to get there. I know I've got the knowledge. It's all in there. I just hope my nerves don't let me down on the night.
They're all supporting you. You made the brain chain last week. Just remind me what you got.
Zilch.
Nothing. Yes. So basically, you can't do much worse today.
No, I can't
I'm
do
just
worse.
thinking. I'm just trying to get you thinking about positively.
Positive, yeah.
Kate, do you think Barbara can do it?
I think she can do it. I'm not sure she believes she can do it, though. You know, you've got to this position because you're good enough to go all the way. And I think you need to start believing in yourself, and you will do that.
Now, no one can argue with this advice. Stop at 7. that's all I've got to say.
Yeah.
Look at me, Barbara.
Yeah.
You can do it.
I'm a tiger.
Do your tiger. Over there, look.
I'm a tiger.
Go on, do a tiger.
That's the most pathetic time we've ever seen, Barbara.
Here's your brain chain.
Thank you.
Kate will ask you the first question, and your time starts now.
Kerry Katona was formerly a member of which British girl group?
Girls Aloud.
No, Atomic Kitten.
Which snooker player is known as the Rocket?
Jimmy White.
No, Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Who in Greek mythology carried the heavens on his shoulders?
Apollo.
Atlas.
Which instrument does Charlie Watts play with the Rolling Stones?
The drums.
Correct.
For which edible fungus is the French region Périgord especially famous?
Mushrooms.
I'm afraid that's incorrect. It's truffle.
Truffles.
Which character in The Wizard of Oz wanted a brain?
The Scarecrow.
Correct.
In which month does the spring equinox fall in the Northern Hemisphere?
March.
Correct.
Which leading Lancashire rugby league team is called the Warriors?
Oldham.
Wigan.
The fashion house Missoni is based in which European country?
Italy.
Correct.
Who wrote the stage plays Educating Rita and Shirley Valentine?
No, I don't know.
Willie Russell.
In which 2006 movie did Jaden Smith, son of actor Will Smith, make his film debut?
I don't know.
Pursuit of Happiness.
The two planets that do not have moons are Mercury and which other?
Pluto.
Venus.
Before finding fame as a novelist, I'm sorry you're out of time.
It's like Groundhog Day.
Didn't quite go according to plan,
No,
did it?
not really. Start knitting the frock, I think.
Next time.
OK.
So then, tonight's best score with a chain of 6 and going through to this evening's final round of Do or Die, it's Will Cudmore. So, congratulations, Will. You're on course to claim the title of tonight's champion. That means the sheer relief and the mind-boggling tension of going through to the grand final on the 23rd of June. Right now, there is one remaining obstacle. You will have to go head-to-head with one of your rivals and win. Now, on the plus side, you decide who that is. On the downside, if you lose, they'll take the place in the grand final and you'll be thrown out of the competition, never to return. So, it's all or nothing. It all depends on who you choose. OK? Will the 9 remaining contestants please take your positions? So, Mylene, who's the one to avoid tonight?
I think that Will should completely avoid David Craig, because not only has David in the last 2 shows only answered 1 question incorrectly, but in today's show he performed the best by far again. So if you're smart, you'll stay away from David, because he's putting up one hell of a fight.
I'd like to see him in the grand final, a 19-year-old boy, but if he doesn't get through, I'd like to see someone else I like going through, and I don't think she's got any other chance except at this stage, so pick on Barbara.
Well, I think if you're looking at the form and the statistics of it, Hayley's had a terrible night. Well, it's got to be said, she's only got 2 questions right. She's got lots wrong. We know she's clever, but it's a bad night for her, so I think Hayley's probably your weakest opponent tonight.
OK, so, well, that's the verdict from our quiz gods, but for once they don't know the answer. It's your decision, but you must choose wisely. There they are. What are you thinking?
Well, this is possibly the hardest decision I've had to make in my short life. Oxford or Cambridge was a no-brainer, but this one is somewhat harder. I don't want to be standing here at the end saying, I did, I died. That would make me look pretty stupid. If it's not me into the grand final, I'd like it to be someone I like. So I'm going to have to choose Barbara.
Hey, you're back in the game.
Yeah.
How do you feel being picked?
I'm OK about it. I'd have picked me. I would have picked me, definitely.
Why did you pick Barbara, Will?
As I say, she's the person I think, without meaning to give any offence to any others, she's the person I like the best. of the people who's in this competition. And she'll spend money on something good. I probably won't. So if she goes through, I hope your daughter has a fantastic wedding.
You're the youngest left in the competition.
The odds don't look good for me. I think I'm the 5th under 25 to be here, and the 4 have gone out. So
there you go, Barbara. You see, he's only young. You can beat him, can't you?
Age before beauty, maybe.
It is then Will versus Barbara in tonight's Do or Die. But who will make it to the grand final on June the 23rd, and who will be going home on the 23 bus? We'll find out later. But before we go any further, let's go live to Lottery HQ to see what's coming up.
Thanks, Jamie. We'll be here at Lottery HQ with Thunderball, Dream Number and a rollover lotto draw at 5 to 8. Join us then to find out if it's your lucky night.
Thank you and welcome back. Now, earlier on, Will battled hard to earn a place in tonight's dramatic playoff, having faced some serious competition and, of course, the ruthless grilling of the quiz gods. Just one person stands between him and a place in June's grand final. Can Barbara overturn the form book and steal that precious place? How are you feeling, Will?
a bit of a jelly at the moment.
Really?
Yeah. I know how the old blancmange feels now.
Kate, you're at university with Will. What's he like at university?
He's great, and you can do this now, Will. You're on the buzzer, you do this every week in squad practice. You can do it. Come on! Come on!
I love that. Squad practice.
It's tough. It's tough.
Well, what is squad practice exactly?
Well, it's a chance to enhance your quiz knowledge through rigorous buzzer work.
Right. It sounds like a whole heap of fun. Barbara, big moment.
Yep. This time I really am a tiger.
Yeah?
Just pretending before.
You going to show your claws?
Yeah.
Quiz gods, this is turning out to be a fascinating match-up. Who do you think is going to win?
I'm saying nothing, because I'd be happy whichever one of them won.
That's close. Barbara, I'm sure you probably feel really terrified now. I think you struggled to get into your groove on the show tonight anyway, and now here you are, faced with Do or Die. But I think if you've been great, you know the answers, you're clever, top 24 in the country, you can still prove you could be right up there. So, and Will, keep the fire.
Easy to say when you're sitting behind a desk with all the answers in front of you. Not so simple, though, when you're on the receiving end. And here's someone who's done just that. Mark Lebet. Mark, welcome back. Mark, Will's a tough competitor, isn't he?
He's got a good, solid basic knowledge. His speed, I think, is a bit suspect at this level. I think he's picked very wisely because Barbara has knowledge and she has speed, but his composure at the moment mentally Will far outclasses Barbara at this point. I'd love her to prove me wrong, though.
Well, listen, I'm sure the audience have an opinion on this. You think Barbara can do it tonight? Well, tonight, then, one of these two players will become a champion and one will become history. OK, here's how it works. On the screen, there are 12 categories. Hidden behind 5 of those is a letter Q. For each category, our panel will ask a question. Buzz first with the correct answer, and you'll discover what's behind that category, a Q or nothing. The first person to find 3 Qs will be our winner. The computer will now randomly reposition the 5 Qs. Will, you ready?
Just about.
Barbara?
Yep.
OK, this is the acid test then, the moment when the truth will out. Who is a superior player? Months, years of preparation then depend on the outcome. It's all or nothing. It's Monte Carlo or bust. This is Do or Die. OK, Will, so you were first through, so you get to pick our first category. Take a look at those. What's it going to be?
I'll go with 2007.
Sure?
Why not?
Mylene, can we have our first question, please?
Good luck to both of you. Which British royal picked up the global environmental citizen? Will.
Prince Charles.
I'll complete the question. Which British royal picked up the Global Environmental Citizen Award in the USA this year? Will, you said Prince Charles. Will, that was correct.
Well done. Let's see if we can get you off to a flying start then. We are looking for the first cue. Is it behind 2007? It is! Wow. Great start. So, you have your first cue.
Right.
We're looking for cue number 2. Where is it, Will?
I think I'm really going to sort of grasp the nettle on this one and go for pop albums.
Pop albums?
Oh, yes.
William.
Dylan-esque is the name of a 2000... Barbara?
Brian Ferry.
I'll complete the question. Dylan-esque is the name of a 2007 album for which former Roxy music star you said Brian Ferry. You were correct to do so.
It's easy when you know the answer, isn't it?
I'm numero uno Brian Ferry fan. I've been packed, ready and waiting for him for 30 years.
Well, there you go.
It's not too late, Brian, if you're watching this.
Well, let's see if Brian's going to be smiling on you because we're after your first cue. Is it behind pop albums? Please, Brian.
Never mind.
Doesn't matter.
No.
Long way to go yet.
Yeah.
It does mean you take control of the board, though, Barbara. They're all your categories.
I'd like food and drink, please.
Food and drink.
Yeah.
Kate.
Smoked bacon and egg ice cream and sardine... Well...
Heston Blumenthal.
I'll complete the question. Smoked bacon and egg ice cream and sardine on toast sorbet are the creations of which award-winning UK chef? You said Heston Blumenthal. Correct.
Good steal. This could prove vital if there is a cue behind food and drink. So, no cue there.
Right, well, I'm going to stuff this dangerous playing and go for books.
I love that
Safe
kind
bet.
of devil-may-care attitude of yours. Stuff this. I'm going for books.
A common motto where I'm from.
Mylene, books.
Which British comedian published his first book of Flanimals in... Will?
Ricky Gervais.
I'll finish the question. Which British comedian published his first book of Flanimals in 2004? Will? This is your strongest subject?
Ricky Gervais isn't on the Oxford English course, but...
Yet?
True, yet. I'd say it's one of my strong ones.
Well, you proved it. Ricky Gervais is correct.
Well done. You knew that one, didn't you?
Yep.
Bit quicker, Barbara.
Yes.
OK, so we are looking for your second cue. One step closer to £200,700. Is the cue behind books? Oh, it is! Well done. Will?
I'm going to play it safe again and go history, I think.
OK, history question, please, William.
Which US president is reported to have said, "Honey, I forgot to duck" after a 1981... Will?
Ronald Reagan.
I'll complete the question. Which US president is reported to have said, "Honey, I forgot to duck" after a 1981 assassination attempt? You said Ronald Reagan? Correct.
OK, so we know where we stand. If there's a cue behind history, Will goes through to the final to play for £200,700. also means that Barbara will leave the competition for good. Is there a cue behind history? No. Wow. No cue behind history. Barbara, you're still in the game. Will, you're in control of the board.
I think I'm going to try and take animals.
Animals?
Oh, yes.
Mylene.
The koi is an ornamental Japanese variety of which freshwater fish? Will?
Is it carp?
It is carp, correct.
OK. To put Will into the final and to send Barbara home, is there a cue behind animals? There is.
I'm so sorry.
No, well done. You deserve it.
I'm so sorry.
Good boy, not good to that.
Well done. Congratulations. How are you feeling?
A bit stunned, really. On to winner's row. I'll lower the average weight somewhat, I should think.
Barbara.
Hello.
Now listen, what are we going to do about your daughter's wedding?
Have a whip round, possibly?
I'm sure there are lots of people over there who'd be more than happy to help you out. You've been a fantastic contestant. Thank you so
Jamie.
much. Barbara, off you go. OK, so, Will, you are our fifth contender then to win a place in our grand final. You're joining Olav, Mark, Mick and David. How are you feeling? Is it settled in yet?
Not quite yet. Feeling very nervous. I've got a lot of revision to do, I think.
Well, listen, ladies and gentlemen, our youngest competitor from Oxford, tonight's People's Quiz champion, aged 19, Will Cudmore. Tonight, then, Will Cudmore became the fifth of our People's Quiz champions and will take his place in the grand final with a chance to win that spine-tingling sum of £200,700. Now, that leaves 3 places left to fill. Join us next week when 2 new contenders join the fray and the battle continues. Thanks very much to our quiz gods, William G. Stewart, Kate Garraway and Mylene Class. And don't forget to catch the People's Quiz wildcard, BBC 2, Monday till Friday at 6 p.m. to see who will get the golden ticket for the grand final. Thanks for watching. Good night.